Made me notice, they said, we're going to have to close because the shelves, they literally, the people walk in, they just take everything they want, they walk out of the store. What the hell is going on? See, we have to let the police do their job. And if they have to be extraordinarily rough. Now, if you had one really violent day, like a guy like Mike Kelly, put him in charge, Congressman Kelly, put him in charge for one day. Mike, would you say, he's right here, he's a great congressman. Would you say, Mike, that if you were in charge, you would say, oh, please, don't touch them, don't touch them. Let them rob your store. All these stores go out of business, right? They don't pay rent. The city doesn't have money. It's a chain of events that's so bad. One rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, you fellow believers of this truth, and shalom to the elect. So anyway, I was looking at the news the other day, and I saw this article or this video of him speaking, Donald Trump, and he says he wants a purge. Not like the purge on television when everybody kill each other, but he wants the police to purge out the wickedness, right? So when you really think about it, it kind of does make sense. But the ultimate purge is going to happen when the missiles come, right? That's when all the wickedness will be done away with. So he kind of have the idea, but he won't be able to do that because this is all up to the Lord. And then you got unrighteous police. So how is that? First of all, you got wicked criminals and you got wicked cops. I know I had my share dealing with them in the past in the streets and how they operate. I've seen them steal and put drugs on people and do all kind of manner of evilness, right? They're really no different than the criminals, right? They're just on one side of the law. They're the ones that put guns on you, put guns in the street and drugs in the street. I've seen them do it, right? So, I mean, and then they killed Jake, right? And our people don't understand. We continue to think that the system is here to protect us. And they used to put protect and serve on the cars. I don't think they put that anymore on there because that's not their job. So when it comes to that one world police state, that order abkeo, then there you go. We're going to clean it up with this NWO. And that's what he's speaking in, right? So there's not much to say on this. I just wanted to bring that out. But let's get Hosea 4:14. It says, let me see here. It says God charges against Israel, right? But I'm going to get to the point. It says, they sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense unto the hills, under the oaks, poplar, and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery, right? So when you see these guys sitting in the car, right, smoking these blunts and these cigarillos, and they got the weed in there, they burn. That's kind of like burning the incense unto the Queen of Heaven, Baal, Chemosh, Molech, whatever you want to call it. It's multiple deities and gods here now. They just don't realize it. Your favorite singers or rappers, they all worship it, and the spirit is on you, right? So they smoking, and then the woman is doing things on the man sitting in the car, and then the boyfriend rolls up and see it. As I've seen all over YouTube and TikTok, they just cheating and messing around, just doing all kind of manner of wickedness, right? And they enjoy it. But this is what the Most High say. Verse 14, I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom. What happens when you don't punish someone? They're not held accountable, and they continue in their wickedness. And this is why you see Eve in the mindset that she's in. There's no fear. Who cares? I could sleep with whoever I want. I could do whatever I want. I'm my own person. When all of us belongs to the Lord and belongs to someone, right? We belong to the Lord. It's the Yahweh Shah, man and woman, and children. It's all backwards. And I will not punish your daughters for when they commit whoredom, right? Nor your spouses when they commit adultery, for themselves are separated with whores, right? So when you look at how they run up in them stores, and then they go and they may get caught, and if they do, they back out in 2 months. They're juveniles. They charge them, right? And the laws is all screwed up. As long as they continue to steal, it's kind of like we know that's what they want. It's their game. Get the parents out of the home, and then we can come in and get the minds of these youth, and then we can cause them to commit whoredom, right? But we'll tell them, if you're 15 years old, you can't mess with a 21-year-old man, right? He'll be locked up for taking advantage, although the system is completely taking advantage of Eve. In the music, right? On TV, on social media, totally taking advantage. They'll have Sexy Red saying all kind of lasciviousness madness. But you better not mess with a grown man. But you shoot somebody, we're going to charge you as an adult. Yeah, that's how it goes. It's all set up for you Israelites, man. You know, you Negroes, so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, and you foreigners, you know, that's caught up in that too. The ones that look like other nations. You know, some of them Asian gangs, right? Some of them Italian gangs, divide and conquer, keep the blacks and the whites fighting one another. But that's not going to work, because Hosea 1:10 says, the children of Judah, the children of Israel shall be counted, point themselves one head. It says, and they sacrifice the harlots, therefore the people doth not understand shall fall. Though thou Israel play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend, and come not to Gilgal, neither go ye up behaving, nor swear the Lord liveth. Right? Let me get this here. I went over this before, but I'm gonna go into the Strongs on this. I forgot where that was, that word, Gilgal. Let's go into the Strongs. Judah do not go to Gilgal, right? A wheel rolling, the first sight of an Israelite camp west of Jordan, east of Jericho, and Samuel was judge, and Saul was made king, later used for illicit worship, dwelling place of prophets in northern Israel. So when you read a lot of this stuff, and you know, the scholars will say, okay, all this took place back then, but Romans 15:4 say everything was written 4 times for our learning. These things are happening again. These things that people did, the Israelites did back then. Ecclesiastes 1:9 says there's no new thing under the sun. There's nothing new, and we're doing it again. Right? That's why when you ask when a grown woman, she comes, she's 18, she's 16, 17, 18, and she wants to be a stripper. She doesn't know why she wants to be a stripper. She just sees it intriguing. It's because that's what she was meant to do. And if she is doing it, she may have done it in the past, right? But anyway, it says 2 Ezra 15:19, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Meaning, if they had a gun or a sword, if I got a gun and somebody else got a sword, well, the course of the action is in my hand. This also brings me to what Trump is saying, right? That when the police rain hell down on Jake is going to rise back up, and Jake is going to fight against them. And that's where you have your sedition. One scripture comes to mind. Let me see if I can get that real quick. Every time you read a scripture and you go through or talk about something, always a scripture will come up more than likely to your mind. Job 20:22, in the fulfillment of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, right? He shall be pressed up, man. He's going to get desperate for this action of NWO. And it says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, right? That's all Jake's Israelites. Everybody's going to come against this man. And they're going to run. You know, these prophets have seen, you know. They didn't know exactly it was going to be called America or what they were actually seeing like that. But you could see, you know, they probably looking and seeing, wow, look, you know, they're designing their clothes and how everything is designed. But this is what they see. This is what the prophets see, right? It says, right, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desire. I'm going to go to 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of wrath upon his head, upon him, and he shall rain upon him while he is eating in his NWO. He shall flee from the iron weapon, those missiles, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. There's going to be no escape. You go into those mountains, right? Trump probably know. He probably knows a couple of them set up, right? It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of the gall. Terrors are upon him. You know why they deem us such hateful? Because we're prophesying against the downfall of their whole society. And you can prophesy the downfall on a group of people, black people. We can prophesy. Do you know when they talk about those rap music, talking about shooting and gunning down another man, that is form of like a prophecy against against our own people? Every time you see that, that's like a form of a prophecy against our own people, man. Right? But that's fine. But when we prophesy against this, it's another issue, right? Anyway, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their good because of the lack of bread. And for great tribulation, behold, saith God, I will call together the kings of the earth in reference me, which are from the rising of the sun, and from the south, and from the east, and Lebanus, to turn themselves against one another, and repay the things which they have done to them. Who? The Israelites. You brought us in slavery. You destroyed us. You put rap music on, wicked rap music, by the way, wicked R&B music, wicked movies. There's always us in those Boys in the Hood and those type movies. And what you did, you turned us, right, through the Spirit of the Lord allowed it, and you gave us all these philosophies. We're Africans, we're black, we're whoever. And you know what happened? We turned against it. And now there's no families, crack addicts, drug addicts, and now you've raised a generation of degenerates, as Jeremiah 2 and I think 11 say. Now we're degenerates. And then you see the acting out of oppression and what happened to the people of Israel. And now you want to clean it up. So there's a whole big price to pay. I don't give a damn who gets in there, but whatever happens, the Lord is going to turn this thing up, and it's going to get worse from here, man. See, a lot of people don't understand it's already worse. It's because you're like a frog bull in the water, you can't see it. But when you really look at everything and how it is, and how slowly the food price is creeping up, and everything is on high, and violence and the way people look at each other, and the adultery, right? The selfishness. That's all adultery really revolves around too, selfishness and sickness. And this is the outcome. So woe do you laugh now, in Proverbs 1 say. Woe do you laugh. I will laugh. He said he's going to laugh when your fear cometh. You don't believe it. But wait till it gets down, man. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on this topic a little bit. That's all I have on that. Shalom.